Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for October 28th, 29th, and 30th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, if you're new to the channel, or if you just want to bypass and cross-watch, then down there under the description is a timestamp, because this is the introduction and it's on all the videos. So if you want to bypass, go straight to whatever the video is you want, the part of the video you want, go down there, okay? Okay. Now, you know that this is the weekend, and I want to thank everyone. I am starting to feel better. I'm starting to actually have more energy, which is wonderful. I will be getting on soon. I've been reading the comments, but I haven't been able to answer the comments just yet. I go to answer the comments and say, oh, I think I need a little nap. Sorry, so I'm still napping during the day. Whatever this is, it's not horrible. It just makes you want to sleep. So don't worry about any of this. Carve out some time should this happen where you can get some rest. Chicken noodle soup or chicken soup, wonderful, wonderful recovery tool. Anyway, this is the weekend, so I am going to be using my Radley Valentine deck, my Angel Tarot cards. For the main reading, I will use my John Holland Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards. I will use my Doreen Virtue and Grant Virtue, the Angels of Abundance, and of course I'll pull one from my Emily Anderson Crystal deck. Now, because this is the introduction, I am going to be using my Waite Rider Tarot deck, and I'll pull about 3 cards from there, and then I will pull one from my Colleen Barrett Reed, the Good Tarot. I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy. Just remember, these are general readings. They may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest, okay? Okay. Now, just kind of going over what's the weird stuff going on in the world. You know, we are in Scorpio season. As of today, we are having that new moon. It was a partial solar eclipse, which actually gives a really big jump start to whatever's going to be happening right now. And then in 2 weeks later, we are going to have that full moon, and it's going to be a Taurus full moon, and it will be a total lunar eclipse. Now, normally that's not so bad, but we are in the, and I shouldn't say so bad, we are in the Taurus. Taurus is in the northern node and Scorpio is in the southern node. Scorpio has this, Scorpio in the southern node brings about a lot of karmic past, okay? While Taurus in that northern node is about building a future. But we are in the karmic past. We are dealing with some things that maybe we didn't deal with right, or maybe we were just not aware of. And remember too, and I know you have to look at this whole big thing, and it gets very, very overwhelming. You know, I talk about Saturn, illusion versus reality, and so many things that we haven't really looked at that's the reality of our world. Then we have something that just went on, or I talked about the full moon, and that's going to have some Uranus type of influences, really, really strong Uranus type, to the point people have said that, when I just do my research, a lot of this is what I get from my feelings and from my research per se, or how I interpret what I'm getting from research. But they're saying that there's going to be so much of this. It's going to be very structured, very strictured. It's just going to be very boxed in type of energy, especially around that full moon. So, so that in itself, very, very tight. And again, I'm always talking about that good old Saturn in Aquarius. Now, the other thing that we need to talk about is, okay, basically we have we have Jupiter that has been retrograding, and it is retrograding from Aries into Pisces. Now, I'd said it wasn't necessarily going slow, but it is starting to go slow, because around November, I'm not sure, November 20th or something, it starts to go direct again. So this goes back into that it's starting to go direct, retrograde stationary. And this is where things start to look at, I'm always thinking the stationary part is where the energies are really concentrating on whatever needs to happen now. Okay, so it is doing that. But then we also have on the 29th Mercury entering Scorpio. So again, news, news, electronics, hearing things, just fast acting, almost like not being able to hold on to your hat. Remember, it's like hold on to your hat, where, things are about to get shaky now, or things are about to move fast. That's what's going to be happening more with Mercury in Scorpio. And remember, Scorpio to me does not like secrets. Scorpio also has that transformation type of energy, such as Pluto has, the rising of the Phoenix. But another interesting part, though, is October 30th. Mars is going retrograde. So what's interesting about that is we're coming to the end of a retrograde season. Okay, I think that even Neptune goes direct, I think, in early December. So we're coming to this towards the end, where it should be tapering off the retrogrades, and now we have a new retrograde that is going into place. So those are little oddities. Another little oddity. So what does it mean? It just means that things are happening that we are not used to seeing happening. And again, it's like all of this planetary movement wants to really shake things up more and more and more. Now, the other interesting thing that's kind of lovely for us, though, is I did post, I think it was more on Facebook. I'm sorry, not feeling as well. I did not post it on our community chat, here. But I posted this thing with Venus. Venus goes through this cycle. It's a 1-year cycle, but then it does it 8 years in a row. And when it does this, and if you look at the computer simulation of it all, it turns into this beautiful flower pentagram, very loving, just very beautiful to behold. Now, for the last 90 plus years, this petal journey, and like I said, it does it every 8 years. Each petal starts and has been ending in Scorpio. This time around, it is doing it in Libra. So it will be doing this for a good another 90 to 100 years, where it starts in Libra season and then it ends in Libra season. And like I said, it does this for an 8-year cycle until it comes to the beginning again, and it creates something quite beautiful. It really, really is a beautiful thing. So let's see what we have here. Venus is in Scorpio. We are in Scorpio. The new moon is in Scorpio. We do have, like I said, Mercury is entering into Scorpio, and Mars in Gemini is going retrograde at 9:26 a.m. That's Eastern Standard Time. And, that's Mars. Now, I do associate Mars with Aries because Mars is Aries. Aries is Mars. Greek, Roman mythology, whatever you want to say. But Mars is also very strongly connected with that recycle, that death, birth type of energy of Scorpio. So I just feel like these 2 weeks, there's just a lot of interesting stuff, and just be prepared for an interesting ride. The other thing, though, is not to worry about any of it. Not to worry about any of it. These are things that happen, and we just continue. Whatever is going on in the world, in the universe, no matter how, it can feel very, very stressful, and I do get stressed too, but I still have to live my life, okay? And I still work to keep my vibrations high, because that's part of our job, is to keep our vibrations high. Lots of activity happening this coming weekend, coming and going. We have the 8 of rods, 8 of fire. Lots of activity happening. Again, not knowing if we're coming or going. Fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Passionate, very burning, very determined energy. 8, unlimited opportunities and possibilities. Things happening that we're not necessarily, like I said, things happening that we're not necessarily in the best control of. But it's not horrible energy. It's not out of control energy. They are, but again, we don't know if it's coming or going. Okay, let's see what else we might have here. Remember, rods, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, burning, passionate, determined. Next card up, the World. So this is reverse. So the reversed energy has, to me, it's a little stronger energy. Other people read reverse cards differently. I just say, hey, pay attention. So we have a 21, we have a 2. 2 is choices, decisions. We have a 1, new beginning. The World is basically things are completed, things are done, things are happening, but you've done what you needed to do. Now, could it just be that there's a lot of, could we just read it very simply that there's a lot of activity going on in the world? We don't know if we're coming or going. Definitely we can do that. But the World does give a very good vibration that says, again, not to worry, not to stress. These are things that have to happen. They have to happen in order for a lot of that, a lot of what I was just saying in the heavens to be completed. Okay, next card is, now we have that 7. We have that 7. 7 is a divine number to me. It is a divine number. It gives me a divine umbrella. It says that even if things are happening you don't like, it is happening for a reason, and there is a divine covering. Okay, now we have a sword energy. Sword energy is our air energy. It is our Aquarius, our Gemini, and our Libra energy. So, basically, Aquarius and Gemini have a lot going on in the game right now. They're, Gemini, Mars, by going retro, is going to be covering a lot of old ground. And like I said, whenever things, and it's retro stationary right now. So it's kind of watching and seeing, what do I need to do? But as it goes retro and it starts to pick up a little more movement, it goes and really looks at what was left undone. So, what else needs to be cleaned up? Now, we do see this guy. This does have a kind of that 5 of sword energy where he's kind of has that sneaky snake energy. So swords is about making plans, thinking things through. It is about basically, like I said, hearing news too. But it's all about, hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that. But so, like I said, there is that sneaky snake type of stuff. But the 7 of swords to me is giving me a trickster energy right here. It's kind of like, look over there, don't look over here. So let me divert your attention. I'm kind of like, while you're thinking everything's all nice over here, I'm making way, and I'm taking the 5 swords over here. So there is a sneaky snake energy here, but there's also a trickster energy. So be aware of your environment. Be aware of, like I said, this has to do with making plans, but it's also hearing news. It's also strategy. So again, it's, does it concern the world? It could. The world, though, does give us that energy that says, not to worry so much. But lots happening. Look over here. Don't look over there. There's a trickster energy. There's a diversion energy, and it surrounds the world. So let's see what we've got going on here. Let's see. For this energy, for this going on. Higher power. Now remember, if I didn't say this, I am an intuitive channeler. I open myself to higher power, Holy Spirit, God, whoever that is that you say. I say God, Holy Spirit, and just say whatever you want, whatever this is your channel, not mine. So here we go. Let's see what we've got. Higher power. What else is there about this weekend? Interesting times. As always, interesting times. You ain't seen nothing yet. Oh, how lovely is this? Okay, so again, reversed. We have drawn the Tower card. So this is a 16, this is a 1, new beginning, 10, transitional energy. 6 is the number of man. It's the energy you put into something. 1 plus 6, though, is a 7. So it is divinely covered. It is divinely guided. It is the Tower card. It is where everything feels like it's falling apart and falling down. But again, it's one of these times that it has to do this. Now, there is also a very big cleansing with this falling. There is this there's a sense of, whatever this is that's falling apart, it is getting rid of the things that we don't need anymore. But it doesn't necessarily mean that it's easy energy. It doesn't mean that it's easy to get through. We have to maintain, we just have to keep our eyes, on this world card. We have to remember things will turn around. Things will, everything goes full circle energy. But the Tower card is not necessarily a pleasant card to go through. But in order for something to be, to be rebuilt, or I shouldn't say rebuilt, in order for something to be built, it needs solid ground. I do get this energy with this, though. I am picking up a lot of the gray energy here, but I do have that blue sparkles, not sparkles, but the blue kind of shining through also. But the gray energy is not necessarily, like I said, it's not necessarily a positive, but it's something that has to be done in order for things to be moving on. Okay? Interesting stuff. Can't really tell you, we will see what we will see. Please take a moment. I know being off that one time, it messes up the algorithm so much. So I would really appreciate it if you could like, share, subscribe, click on the bell, comment. If you've done all of that, undo it and do it again. I get a lot of people telling me that, my videos just don't pop up. I do put them in playlists, and I also get a lot of people telling me that there's missing videos. And I know I really don't post anything until I have all the videos ready to go. So if you could do that, I'd appreciate it. I'm a small channel, and that would just help a lot. Anyway, why don't we get started with our videos now? Hello, my Leo, and how are you doing? Well, let's see what we've got going on. I just feel like you're kind of juggling a little bit. Now, that could be juggling your energies, juggling your money, juggling your relationships, juggling between work and life and all that good stuff. I just feel like it's kind of like the balls are in the air, and the more you juggle, the better you get at it. But it can also be a little stressful. But this eclipse part of the time, this is not necessarily an easy time right now. So just keep juggling. Keep juggling. Keep focusing and keep juggling. Okay, let's see what we've got going. My Leos. Let's see. 1, 2, and 3. 3 cards. Reversed. First card is the 9 of Fire. So again, I kind of feel like that juggling, and the 9 of Fire. So 9 is you've got everything you need, wrap it up, don't worry about the things. You just got to keep doing what you're doing. Fire energy is your energy. It is also Aries, and it is also Sagittarius. Passionate, burning, very determined. The 9 of Fire has this do not give up. You keep going. You keep going after what it is you're going after. Again, I just feel like focusing and juggling, focusing and juggling. Keep your eyes on the ball. Keep your keep your hands moving. Concentrate, focus, juggle, focus, juggle. Keep moving forward. Don't give up. Things are going to happen. Things are going to move. Things are going to switch around. You just have to continue what you're doing and just keep moving forward. Anyway, I love her. She is the dragon tamer to me. She does overcome many harsh realities, and she faces them. She doesn't run from them. She faces them, but she still keeps moving forward. Don't give up. Protect that which you've created. Have courage and believe in yourself. Next card, 3 of Air. So 3. Creative. It's also creative. It's also the power of 3. It's also celebratory type of energy, but the thing about the air energy is this is Aquarius, this is Libra, this is Gemini, this is thinking things through. It is, again, there's a focus here, there's some planning here. But at the same time, the Three of Air is, again, keeping your eyes forward, not necessarily into the past. You know, the Three of Air, that's the heart with those three swords. And I'm always saying, yes, it has been painful. You've gone through some stuff. You've gone through some, you know, some major stuff. And, you know, and it may not have, it's not been an easy time. But again, I keep going back to the juggling. I keep going back to keep your eyes forward. I keep going back to, you know, you have to keep moving forward. The Three of Air is about letting things go and about letting, not to say that not to say that you're totally recovered, not to say that you're not without pain, but you keep being persistent. You push through, okay? I kind of feel like that, you know, like that coach or whatever. You push through the pain, and I'm not saying if you got an injury or anything, I'm not saying that. It's just kind of that movie, you know, that movie personification. Push through it, get through it, get through it. There is a lot of pressure with that. Again, I kind of feel, even with the juggling, there is a lot of pressure on you, my Leo, so we have to acknowledge that. You have to acknowledge it. You have to know this, and you just have to kind of like suck it up and just keep moving forward. So I don't like this because I'm a Leo also, but it's just one of these weekends that you just have to keep moving forward. Things are going to change. Things are going to get better. Just suck it up, move forward. Okay? Great sadness. Take time to heal. The need to forgive yourself or others. And forgiving is something that is very freeing. Okay? And it's freeing to you. Last card reversed. The Queen of Water. So Queen's underlying energy, water. This is water, water. This is emotional energy. It is Scorpio. It is Pisces. It is Cancer. Scorpio and Pisces. I mean, I think that we're coming to a point where there's going to be a majority of the planets are going to be really aligned with the water energies. I think there's going to be something where it's like really water saturated type of energy. I think we're entering into that time. So there's this emotional time. There's this just feeling that, you know, like, what am I going to do? Where am I going to go? However, the Queen of Water is also a very caring energy. It's a very loving energy. So a lot of what you're doing is out of love, is out of caring. And the thing about that is there is a reward that comes from this. If you're doing it for selfish reasons, karma can come back to you, and, you know, it can be, it can tweak you a little bit. But when you're doing it out of love, when you're doing it out of caring, when you're doing it because it's the right thing to do, that comes back to you also with very high vibrations, okay? And it also comes back with very high blessings to you too. So the Queen of Water is very loving, caring. She is, you know, she's doing what she needs to do. She's, you know, and she's putting herself, I don't necessarily want to say that you should put yourself last, but, you know, you do need to take care of yourself. You do need to, conserve your energies. You do need to make sure you're connecting with your higher power. So, you know, you do need to have that mental health, that spiritual health, that emotional health, you know, work with that financial health too. So you do need to keep yourself in that healthy mode as much as you can. But the Queen of Water is very loving, very caring. So she does have a tendency to let herself get pulled probably a little more than's healthy for her. Anyway, tender-hearted, empathetic, patient, and loving. Relationships develop to a new level. Trust your intuition. Care for yourself and others. And the intuition thing, I didn't say it in the beginning, but we are in a very strong part of the time of the year when the veil between supernatural and natural is very, very thin, okay? There is, you know, we're coming to All Hallows Eve, we're coming to All Saints Day, or All Souls Day, we're coming to Samhain, we're coming to a time when, you know, it's just a lot of thinness of that veil, okay, between dimensions even. So the thing about this weekend, so just stand strong, keep, you know, and again, I kind of get that juggling thing, and you just keep your eyes on the ball, you know, you just keep doing. Breakthroughs will be happening. Just this eclipse time just has a lot of, it's really strong right now. So now, we have a major arcana card here. This is a 1, a new beginning. So we have a 931, a 139. It is reversed. This is the Magician card. So this is really, besides this being a very spiritual card, a very connect with higher power card, this is also a card of empowerment. This is also a card that says, whatever you're putting your mind to, you can make it happen. So again, but you do have to not feel sorry for yourself. You have to still, the feeling sorry for yourself, you have to let that go. Yeah, it hurt, it was problem, you have to let that go, okay? That's the thing. Stay strong, you stay caring, stay loving, but also know that there is more, there is a higher power. This is the Magician, like I said, as on earth, so on, as in heaven, so on earth, okay? And this says you have everything you need. You can connect. You can make things happen. You are empowered for the changes. Keep juggling. Keep juggling. Keep believing. Keep believing. Keep loving. Stay on track. Stay on focus. Don't give up. Okay? So in many ways, there is a lot of humanity energy here. There is a lot of earth energy. Well, not earth. There is a lot of physical or natural energy, but you have a lot of supernatural energy around you too. Okay, let's see what we have with the abundance of angels. What do we have for our Leos here? What do we have for our Leos? Here we go. And this one is always too, expect a miracle. Expect a miracle. Here we go. Windfall of abundance. Well, that would be kind of miraculous. Here we go. An increase in abundance is arriving in many different forms, some of them unexpected. Be open to receiving and know that this abundance comes to you to support your life purpose, health, and charitable work. I like that. I like that. At first I'm thinking, oh my goodness, especially with the juggling, you're so busy, but just expect it too. Be open to receiving. Be open to receiving. Okay? So here we go. Let's see. What crystal or energy for my wonderful, wonderful Leos do we have that's helpful? Moldavite. Well, I have this, but it's expensive. Oh my goodness. Healing, protection, telepathy, connection. So I'm going to have to take my little tiny little piece out of my wallet. So Moldavite, if you have it, you might want to hold on to it a little bit and just feel the vibrations. Okay, so interesting, my Leos. I mean, it's not necessarily that it's all rainbows and and unicorns, but that Magician is saying like I said, expect miracles, and the other ones is just keep moving, keep going on, keep moving forward. But I do love that windfall of abundance. Anyway, my Leos, please help me out my channel by liking, sharing, and clicking on the bell, subscribing, doing all the wonderful things to help. Especially, I'm a smaller channel, so that would be very helpful. As always, though, my Leos, always know that you are loved. Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye.